So I thought this was great. You know, William, friend of the show. I got canceled because I asked him to.
Wait.
Remember, everyone got that was like a whole big cancellation moment.
People were unhappy that he was not a full guest on the podcast. That it was only like a short segment.
But that was like a big part of like all the exposed video was that I rudely, because it was awkward and I had stuff. Whatever, who cares?
The awkwardness wasn't from him though, and then the ironic part about that was that we hung out after the show with him for.
I've hung out with him a bunch of times. He's a friend.
Yeah. There was no bad vibes there. It may have appeared that way on the show, but.
So, just a
and he later came on with his wife and did have a full episode and was a great ep.
Right, friend of the show. So here he's quitting YouTube, and the reasons are really quite interesting.
This is great. It's one of those videos where you're like, oh, is this titled clickbait? Or is William about to yeet? I am done. I'm done. What am I done with? What am I done of? I don't really know. But I just kind of exhausted. I make videos to entertain people. Like, that's the bottom line. Is it's like, I want...
Oh, if you guys don't know who he is, he does like tech gadgets. He's like an engineer, and he makes like gadget comedy videos.
Yeah, that was why he originally came on the episode that you got canceled for. Was he made a robotic coughing beanie and talking beanie?
By the way, nobody was mad at the time, or were they? It was, people just got mad about it after like Go Kunara made a video about it.
Maybe somebody did.
Yeah,
I don't know. It felt like a reach to me, but we also have the added perspective of knowing what actually went on behind the scenes and that it was very friendly.
Nothing happened. He came and showed his beanie. We told him it was a short clip. And then, well, we had others.
Right, there was another segment planned.
Yeah.
And we didn't think ahead to the fact that there weren't enough mics for everybody in the room. So when he was done, we had to ask him to leave the room, which people perceived as rude.
Well, he was like,
which
should
maybe
I leave
it was a little
now?
rude because
and I was like, well.
It was just a misunderstanding.
It was just awkward because he didn't plan it ahead of time. We were new to the podcast.
But you said he's welcome to stay. You told him that.
Yeah.
I remember.
Thank you. Thank you, baby. Sim Nation.
I was there.
Hey, baby, you want to fuck my mediocre pussy?
I analyzed that video for my video. That's why I watched it a million times.
Because it was something that that makes sense.
Thank you, baby. No,
He was in the trenches.
But anyway, the whole point is that the title of this video is I'm Canceled. So it's like a cancellation tour. So here we go. Anyway.
This is great. It's one of those videos where, what am I done with? What am I done of? I don't really know. But I just kind of exhausted. I make videos to entertain people. Like, that's the bottom line. Is it's like, I want to entertain people, you know, make them laugh, make them feel like motivated or inspired, and then everything else kind of is secondary. You know, if it pays my bills, if it, you know, puts a roof over my head, that's sort of the secondary effect. It allows me to do it full time, basically, is I feel like I kind of live in this nightmare of making new videos. And I don't know when it happened, but for the longest time I would just make something and put it out, and I didn't really care. And as the channel grew, for some reason, I've been more and more terrified. This is really important. I've become more uncomfortable posting stuff. And I know it's unhealthy.
So first I'll just say, this is exactly what I felt when I was doing H33 Productions video, and why I ultimately stopped, is because it's fucking horrifically uncomfortable. Or horrifically, not uncomfortable, it's just unhealthy, bro. Like, we were making a video every week, and then the pressure was super high, and then fans were always disappointed and being like, this video was great, this video was horrible. And then thinking like videos weren't good enough, so you miss a week, you throw shit out, and it's a fucking nightmare. And reading comments about yourself, you know, about speculating, it's so fucking bad. It was driving me crazy. I was definitely the most unhealthy mentally I've ever been in my life. I told Ela once, like, every time we got into a controversy or posted a bad view, it feels like someone died. Like, it feels so bad. And then you're feeling that every week. I was like, I'm killing myself.
Yeah,
I really,
miserable.
I felt like I was killing myself. I totally understand what he's talking about. That's why we pivoted to the podcast, which has been the greatest thing we've ever done.
Healthy. I know, like, I feel unhealthy the way that I exist on YouTube. Like, it's not good. It's not the creative aspect of making videos. It's the judgmental and just, I don't know how to say this. Like, I feel like I live in a constant state of, like, criticism where I do something to entertain people, and then there's always negativity that comes back.
Yep.
So it's like you put something out, negativity comes back. Like, positivity comes back too, but all I can think about is, like...
It's the fight or flight, baby. You focus on all the negatives. But it's funny because when I watch William Osman, I wouldn't think like, oh, there's people hating on him. I would never even know about that or even think about it. But it's the same thing for me, right? God, I know it all too well. And that's why, so when we went to the podcast, my goal with that was to create a sustainable, healthy format where we can make content where I wasn't in this perpetual state of trying to pull ideas out of my brain and forcing myself to make content when I wasn't inspired. And it's made all the difference. And the other thing is kind of disengaging from comments. You know. Reading comments is like listening to people, eavesdropping on people talking about you when you're not there, you know? They say stuff about you, they talk about you like you're not there. You know, you talk about people when they're not in the room with you. You may love them. They may be your best friend, your family. You love them. You would say things about them that you would never say to their face because you wouldn't want them to feel bad, or you would put things more delicately to them. So when you read comments or Reddit threads and stuff about you, it's the same thing, but you're constantly seeing people talking about you unfiltered. It's horrible.
It's well said. Good way to put it.
Oh, thank you, AB.
I mean, for real though, stuff you weren't supposed to hear or read.
Totally. So when I kind of came to that realization, I was like, I got to disengage from this. I've gotten better, so I'm able to read some comments. Like I read like the top 5 comments on a podcast or in a subreddit thread. I'll go read. But if there's like negative feedback, you guys hand it to me so I don't have to like get in the trenches and get my brain scrambled. You know, because I do want feedback, right? I want constructive criticism. If there's something we need to improve, I'm all for it. But I don't need unconstructive criticism. You don't need to read like, that's like going to school and every single person there, everybody in your class fucking hates you and just talks openly about all the every single imperfection you have. And they'll be like, well, we say nice things about you too. I'm telling you, it's fucked up. It's hard to deal with that shit.
When the house burned down, people figured out a way to be judgmental about it. And like that blew my mind. It was the
I didn't even
worst
know if they was getting shit for that.
time of our lives.
Yeah, so William Osman, he lived actually in where I grew up in Ventura. There was a massive wildfire, and his house was 100% destroyed, burned down. One of those things you see on the news, just a total wreck, nothing.
And people still somehow figured out how to be negative about it, especially with the GoFundMe. Cameraman John's brother set up a GoFundMe, and people donated money, a lot of money, like more money than I ever could have imagined. And at the time I had like $800 in my checking account. Like I had no idea what to do with it. Like I honestly, if you want to know long story short, I did nothing with it for 2 years. That money literally sat in an...
Yeah, the parallels are insane. The same thing happened with me with the first lawsuit. Philly D made a charity fundraiser. I didn't ask for money. Philly D raised money for me to fucking fight this lawsuit, and it got turned into this huge negative conspiracy about how I was scamming people. It's crazy. The same thing happened to William. How much money did they raise?
Let me check.
what were people saying about the money? Like, what could they possibly say about
This
it?
is more than $100,000. 128K is where this.
Dude, that's like
Screenshot
that's
says.
like almost exactly how much I got too. That's wild. Get me one of those beef gyros with French fries. Thank you. Unrelated to what we were watching.
Account because I didn't know what to do with it. I was so uncomfortable. And since that happened, people have constantly, like, I don't know. I don't want to
Held it
complain.
over
I don't want to
you.
complain. I don't want to feel like I'm complaining.
No, bro, it's fucked up. The same exact thing happened to
I
me,
feel like I'm
dude.
complaining. But we went to Disneyland, I think a week after the house burned down.
Oh,
a guy named
shit.
Jeff, who works at Disneyland in the park. This is not like corporate. This is just a guy, a normal guy who works at Disney. Gave us his personal tickets. Like, he got us into the park. And I posted a picture.
Big
on
mistake, bro.
Instagram.
You're not allowed to enjoy life. People donated money to you that you didn't even ask for. Huge mistake, William.
And people, like, it's like, it's not even that many people. There were comments saying, wow, I see you're spending your GoFundMe money well. Like, what I'm trying to explain is, like, doing YouTube has this whole dark side of constant judgment, and you can't escape it.
Yeah, he's at the firewall. You make it or you break. I almost broke. You need therapy. You need to disengage. Because, like he said, it's not that many people, and it's not. I follow William. I wasn't aware of any of this shit. That's the point. I had the same problem. He's got to make it through this shit. It's the great firewall. You got to make it through, buddy. You got to stop listening to those fucks who are just bitter that somebody raised money for you. They're just bitter, angry people in the world, and you're subjected to a lot of them. They're going to fuck with you, dude. Just got to ignore them. You got to learn. It's like YouTube will destroy you if you don't learn how to deal with. I mean, anyone in the public eye, really. YouTube is particularly malicious, though, because, like, everything you do, there's comments under it fucking analyzing.
My house that we were renting, there's a whole series of people who were debating, oh, he was renting, he didn't own it, so it's not his house. Yeah, but all my shit burned down. Like, I lost it all.
Yeah, but you didn't even ask for the money, and even if you did, you didn't force anyone to donate. You don't have to justify it.
There is a conspiracy video on YouTube
But
still.
You know what's interesting?
To this day.
Oh, I'm interested in this, but this happened fucking years ago, and you can tell how much it still bothers him. This is the same thing that happened with Fupa. I dealt with it for years before I addressed it, because you're like, this is stupid, I don't want to complain, it's so dumb, and you know what? People are fucking psychotic. I'm going to hear about this.
Especially when there's somebody out
Keemstar.
there, I wasn't going to name names, but somebody out there making dozens of videos about it, tweeting about it on a daily basis, sending you DMs about it, harassing you.
Yeah, Keemstar. Who's retiring, by the way. I don't know if you heard.
I'll believe it when I see it. You
Yeah.
said we didn't watch it, but the people that were upset about the Jordan Peterson thing brought it up, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
even after it's been debunked, it's still
Totally debunked.
It's still
I went and
being brought up.
debunked it in every fucking systematic way possible. There's no validity left. But yeah, people who hate me still bring it up. And the thing is, like, if you go watch that video of those dipshits being like, Ethan Klein's a piece of shit, he made fun of Jordan Peterson, Snowflake, I'm triggered by this. Not allowed to make fun of our cult leader. Unanimous upvote, no challenging of the facts.
Yep.
Ethan's a scammer. But let's hear the conspiracy theory. I'm curious.
That calls me a crisis actor.
Oh, that's
And
good.
it's serious. It's not a joke. And there's a whole comment section.
Wait, a crisis actor of a forest fire that burned down like half the state? I don't think you need crisis actors for that. That's awesome.
About how bad my acting is.
Dude, that's crazy.
What I'm trying to say is, like, generally, 90% of everything is so positive. Maybe even 99% of everything is so positive. But there is this percentage of, like, this extreme negativity. Like in the X-ray video. I didn't show this comment because it pissed me off so much. For some reason, it still bothers me. Smart guy, one of the top percent. doesn't even have a slim girlfriend. Welcome to the modern West.
Dude, you just gotta go. You gotta
What
go.
the fuck?
You gotta go to therapy, bro. I really do think so. You gotta figure out how to get over this shit. It's just some dipshit incel, bro. Fuck. People
Like,
are.
if you want to make fun of me, make fun of me. But why are you coming after my family?
Because they're psycho.
Like, it's like a punching bag. I feel like a punching bag. And my only option is to not look at anything. Because even if I look at 99% of like positive, even being online and making something and showing, like, you give it to me, like, here's this thing I made. Like, I literally put a part of my soul into everything I make. Like, it takes me way longer than you guys would imagine to make a video. And then someone comes along and uses you as a punching bag. And even though 99% of everything is amazing and positive, it's really hard to explain why even a handful of just nasty comments can, like, make you feel bad.
Yeah. I've thought about that a lot too. I think the best explanation I've heard for why we focus on the negative and kind of let all the positive stuff kind of just float by you, and then the negative stuff you grab and hold on to. It's fight or flight. It's a survival mechanism. We identify threats in the wild. We're biologically, that's kind of how we survive, right? Survival mechanism. So when you see threats or you see danger or something like that, we are programmed to hold on to those because we need to be aware of the threats to our safety. And I think that's kind of the only really good explanation for why we do that. But you can learn not to do that. That's what I want him to know, is that you can, with practice and therapy and whatever, you can actually learn to diminish those horrible feelings.
And, like, maybe I'm just, like, weak. But it makes me sad. And it's like, I don't want to not read the comments, but I feel like I shouldn't read the comments, because there are comments that say things like, I miss William before his house burned down. I can't help.
It's fucking insane. Just laugh because people are so crazy, bro. Yeah, look, dude, it's just the sad fact, bro. People are insane. I get comments like that too. And it's fucking horrific, man. You know? That's fucked up, though.
But feel like kind of defeated all the time. Like, I really just wish I could just make something and just publish it and have no idea what people think. And that makes me sad. Like, what do you mean you miss me before my house burned? Like, why are you even sharing that? Do you want to see what my first video looked like on the William Osman channel? If I never changed? Like, that's what I'd be making today.
Exactly.
If I wasn't allowed to change and do what I want, I wouldn't enjoy doing this. But yet, someone has the, like, audacity to tell me that they want me to keep doing what they want me to do. But that would make me not...
That would kill your channel. I know, I always think that. I miss Ethan. I miss the old Ethan. It's like, well, you say that, but if I made videos the same way I was doing back then, you wouldn't even watch it. Like, I'm sure that person leaving that comment wouldn't be interested.
Yeah.
You know, it's just fucking stupid.
Not happy to do it. Why? And so there's a place where the comments sort of are even worse. It's the subreddit, the William Osman subreddit. Because
what a surprise. What a surprise.
William Osman subreddit.
Reddit moment.
I've been through it with the subreddit, my friends. I've been through it. We've had good times, we've had bad times, my friends. And the bad times were bad. And the good times were okay. And I feel like I think we've garnered a pretty good relationship with the subreddit now.
It's okay. They're still trying to cancel you on like a bi-weekly basis.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm just
It's only
used to
bi-weekly now, though, instead of daily. I mean, that's a big improvement.
I guess I'm used to it now. I guess maybe I learned to focus on the good stuff more. Because there's so much great content that comes out of our subreddit.
It's true.
And I love sharing it and being like, look at what our community made. It's so cool.
That is very true.
He's so cool.
Our subreddit's so cool.
But yeah, certainly they're trying to cancel one, if not me, anyone, any of us, one of us, nitpicking. You know.
They're canceling memes now.
Oh yeah, we
enjoy
can't even enjoy memes anymore.
He's so cool.
Did we order food, Olivia? You got me that beef gyro with French fries. I did. Fucking God bless America.
It's pronounced gyro.
Are you fucking with
Cancel
me?
Dan. Cancel Dan.
Yeah.
Reddit, get
I'm
on
about
it.
to throw your ass out in the rain.
I'm scared to eat this Mediterranean food if we're going to a certain
ghost hunt?
location. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the ghost toilet or something, dude.
Oh, you're afraid you're gonna have to take a shit?
Yeah,
I was just thinking.
What's wrong with Mediterranean food?
goes right through me.
Dude, what doesn't?
You got a
Literally,
salad.
what doesn't?
Yeah, Mediterranean
Right?
food's not known for making you shit.
Everybody in this office has like just the weakest bowels. It's crazy.
Well,
That is true. I can.
well, you're a vegetarian. You don't know what it's like.
Yeah, you know.
don't know what it's like to
Eat-
shit your
to eat
brains
meat.
out.
I'm just thinking we're all gonna be ghost hunting with shit breath. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm gonna have garlic breath and.
Well, they've been dead.
Well,
so, I mean,
well, apparently, according to what we read, ghosts can cause bad odor, so it should be interesting. All right, William.
It's specific to me. Like nobody stumbles across it on accident. Like somebody goes there specifically to talk about or share memes about me. And it's like I do lurk there. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. 90% positive. But there is just this like kind of just I don't know how to describe it other than kind of like weird, disgusting like speculation about me.
That's where I come back to you're eavesdropping on a conversation about you that you're not supposed to be listening to. So that's the challenging part of setting those boundaries for yourself, because if you had some superpower to listen to every conversation that everybody has about you that you know, you would be fucked up, bro. That's information not for you, man. And that's essentially what's happening.
Who's somebody you guys have never met. And constructive criticism is always important.
Right.
But
That's the other thing, because you can't be like, I'm not. When I first was like having a meltdown and I was like, I'm not reading comments anymore, then that became a place for people to shit on me. And then I remember getting tweets from people like on verified accounts being on Twitter being like, Ethan's a fucking he doesn't want criticism. He thinks he's above criticism. He stopped reading comments. Like a verified and I'm like, and it's like you can't escape it. And no matter what you do, even to protect yourself, people still shit on you. It's fucking vicious. I go, I'm not reading comments from mental health. They're like, oh wow, you're a fucking piece of shit. You don't want criticism. It's like, bro, shut the,
point where it's no longer constructive. The state of William's videos at the moment. Hi all. First of all, I don't want to come across as disrespectful in any way. I have been an avid fan of Big Willie since the early days of his channel, but nowadays I don't think he has the same level of content that he used to produce. Do you guys think this is the case? Why or why not?
Yeah, it's like, why even write that, bro? Just go, just like watch or don't.
And that is, I mean, I don't know if he was citing that as an example of constructive criticism, but
No, I don't
there's
think
nothing.
so.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing constructive.
Yeah, we get posts like
whatsoever
that on the
about
subreddit all the time.
Right.
Pretty much. I don't like Ethan anymore. We get that shit all the time. But I guess it just doesn't, does anyone not watch the show anymore? Stuff like that. Does anyone just find the show boring and like uninspired?
And it's even worse when people say, I'm a big fan, but...
Oh yeah, of course. I've been watching
that
since...
triggers me.
I've been watching since the...
Since Israel.
Yeah, since Israel, but
Yeah.
like, I just can't stand Ethan anymore.
It's amazing how many millions of people watched you since Israel, considering you
Had like 10 views
Yeah,
back then.
that's weird.
10,000 views.
It's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. It's like, okay, fine. You don't like it anymore. You don't have to like it. Just fuck off. Nobody cares. I don't need to know. Just fucking
That's
go
always
away.
in my head. Like when I stop enjoying things, I
Stop
generally
watching.
just disengage with them. I
Dude,
don't
just
go out of my way to let them know.
fuck off, dude. Just go watch something else. I'm sure.
Endless amounts of content.
We've changed. We've gone down different paths in life. I've gone this way. You've gone this way. I'm sure there's something down there to watch. Fuck off. Shut up. Don't tell me.
Is it
Nobody
is it
cares.
tough to not respond to all those little comments?
No, not anymore. Back when I was small, I would respond to everything, but now, again, you have to remember, people write shit. They don't expect me to respond. They don't even expect me to read it. And also, if you do respond, you look like so pathetic.
Yeah.
It's just a loan.
Like, if you get in the trenches and start responding to people, it's like, wow, dude. And then that just becomes a whole nother thing for criticism.
True.
I think it would bother me less if it was downvoted into oblivion, but
Yep.
it's not.
Yeah. How much points?
And even though I know that it's stupid and
Yep.
that I shouldn't listen to it or shouldn't bother me, it still does.
Yes, sir.
And that feels pathetic. It feels pathetic that it bothers me. It's like, oh, like just, you know, why? Like it's like dehumanizing. Like people sort of, they put, you know, a YouTuber up at this like God tier level. Like, oh, this is like, this person is, you cannot, they're unaffected by any sort of insult or mean thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they proceed.
Well, they don't, the problem is they don't expect that you actually read it, I think. But you do, obviously. Yeah.
To dehumanize them. It's like, well, they're not affected by me being a jackass, and so I'm going to therefore be a jackass. No specific, no nothing. How am I supposed to learn from this as what to do differently? You guys don't know a lot about me. I could be the Zodiac killer.
Okay.
Not possible. You're too
What?
young.
I am the Zodiac killer.
Oh, yeah?
I hide so much because the audience, they don't want to see me suffer. Like, they don't want to see me being homeless. But there's this part.
I want to watch him suffer.
On the flip side, where they don't want to see you succeed. People do not want to see you be successful. It's not about money though, but it is. It's like it is. Like, Jimmy, I'm busy. I'm gonna need you to just hang out down on the floor for like 5 minutes. Is that cool, buddy? You know, me as a YouTuber, I started off and I made maybe 10 views a video. I'd post a video to get 10 views, and I made no money. And then I started posting videos and they'd get 50,000 views, and I still made no money because I hadn't even monetized the channel yet. And I just kept doing what I was doing. And like, as more people watch, you make more money. But I'm afraid to do anything. I'm even flustered right now trying to figure out how to describe this because I feel like, oh, like, yeah, once you tell people that you have a career and it's like you've made adult money, then they're just, oh, what is it? Do I even talk about the car? I say, but I feel like you see the fact now that I'm hesitant to talk about the fact that I bought a car is so sad.
Yeah, I went through that too. When you start making a little money, and then you're afraid people are going to be like judgmental and be like, oh, you change. You know, it's like, bro, yeah, I'm making money. I got video. It's like, I've been through all the same shit.
There's just like that weird contradiction where people oftentimes get attached to YouTubers because they find them relatable, and it's like, oh, you know, I feel like, you know, you're a lot like me and I really connect to you or whatever. But then the more people that do that, the more successful you're going to become, and then you're not relatable anymore, and then they feel betrayed. You know what I mean? And like,
I guess, but if your only way you relate to someone is if they're like not rich, then I don't understand. He's not. It's like, I don't even know if he's rich necessarily, but like William, look at him. I mean, he's not out in the memescape. He's not. He's the same guy. He's just
sure
got a little money.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta buy Rolls Royce and say fuck him. You know?
Yeah, of course.
Stunt
I'm well
on him a
past
little
that
bit.
stage. That's what I'm saying. I'm well past all these stages.
You've ascended.
Yeah, I was saying thank you.
And I'm like thinking right now, do I edit this out of the video? Because like in 2019, I bought a Model.
Yeah, when we got our first nice car, we got a Model S, and I was so scared of what people would say if they found out that I had a nice car, that people would start fucking hating me.
that's what you spent the FUPA money on.
Yeah, exactly.
Should she suffer?
Yes, clearly.
All right, clap if you think she should suffer.
Yeah, exactly. It would feel like crazy conspiracies. Even though it happened well after that, and we leased it. But I got to get into this whole thing about a fucking car. Like, what job do you ever have to explain everything you spend your money on to people?
Model 3, Tesla.
Model 3? So you didn't even get the S.
And you guys have never
It's
seen.
not even that expensive. It's like a $30,000 car. It's like a mid-range car. right? Or am I out of touch?
Model
I
3,
don't-
40,000.
Oh, okay. But that's not like that's like a mid-range nice car, right?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not a luxury sports car.
It's
or
not like a
anything.
BMW or some
No.
shit or a Mercedes.
Yeah, those would be likely be more expensive.
Yeah. But I will
I
not.
said I'm either gonna buy used cars for the rest of my life or a car that drives itself. And when I had made enough money where I could buy a car that drove itself, I bought a car that drove itself.
You bought a car, bro? Big mistake. You got to lease that shit.
Yeah, M3 is 70 grand.
Yeah. But like
is
Model
like a-
3s is like dime a dozen here in LA. It's like nobody else got to explain how they spend their fucking
Yeah, I
money.
mean, it's not a low-end car. Like you said, it's like a mid-range
My
car.
Yeah, it's a
my whole
mid-range.
parking structure in my complex, all Model 3s.
Yeah.
It's
In LA,
everywhere.
it's like the new
Yeah.
Prius. Everybody driving it.
And I haven't told you guys because I'm still traumatized from the GoFundMe. Like everything.
Same thing happened to me, bro. I was traumatized from that fucking GoFundMe that Phil set up for me. It caused
Damn
me
it, Phil.
so much problem. But it's weird. Like people, it caused so much trouble. Neither of us asked for the money. Someone else did it, and then it caused like so much fucking problem. I would just give it all back. You know what I'm saying? Well, I needed it at the time. I did use it, but yeah.
I ever did. Like so many instances, people just say, "I see you're using the GoFundMe money well. You're using the GoFundMe money well. You're
It's
using the GoFundMe
crazy.
money well."
Yeah, they
I'm
hold
not
it
even
over
gonna
you
tell you what I did
forever.
with the GoFundMe money. I didn't buy a car with it though. I bought that with money I made.
Exactly.
There's this term, this paradox. I call it the Emma Chamberlain paradox.
Oh.
Where relatability will bring success,
Oh, that's what you just mentioned, Dan.
and success will kill your relatability.
Right, exactly.
I'm not relatable anymore, fuckers. I gave that shit up long ago.
That's exactly the sentiment. I
You
was trying to
described the
get
Emma
across.
Chamberlain
I
paradox.
didn't know it was the Emma Chamberlain.
I didn't know that that was a
but-
paradox she suffered from. Yeah, she's big time now. She's like modeling for Louis Vuitton and shit.
There's just like a huge trope with especially younger YouTubers where it's like when they move to LA, they change. And Emma Chamberlain talked about that a lot in her videos.
Right, because she was just like a teenage girl I was talking about.
Yeah, she's from
you
like
know.
San Francisco, just vlogging, going
Right.
to school.
Just going to school and living normal life, and
and
then
now
she became super successful, and now
It's
and
the
she's
people
also
that
like still Emma Chamberlain. She just lives
Yeah,
here.
she's
Right.
just successful.
Yeah.
And doing the things that she dreamed of. I like Emma Chamberlain. She's cool.
I like her a lot.
Non-problematic queen.
Queen.
And, you
you
know.
ready for the 10 Reddit posts about how problematic she is tomorrow?
Nobody can expose Emma. She is an unproblematic queen. I saw someone did an expose thread on Alfredo, by the way. No more platforming Alfredo.
Oh, right. I saw that too. That he's not really Italian.
Yeah, he's
He's appropriating Italian culture.
It's in
That's in the doc, yeah.
Oh, let me open that.
It's at the top, on top of the show.
That was funny. I see. That's why I love the subreddit. Sometimes you love. They're
No,
awesome.
there's bangers on the subreddit. Oftentimes, it's not
some
all bad.
bangers and there's some doozies.
Some bangers and doozies.
Some
that's
flips
right.
and some flops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. 3,000 points. Please do not platform Alfredo on your podcast. A thread. This was a response to everybody canceling every person we ever mentioned.
Yeah.
As a dog, I was really offended when I learned Alfredo was not represented, was the dog representation on the podcast, despite all the controversies he's been in. First of all, cultural appropriation. He claims to be Italian when he clearly isn't. Ask him to speak Italian. He can't. He can't even speak. Why are you platforming such an uneducated dog when we are out here being the good ones? I know this is a joke, but I'm getting defensive for Alfredo. I love that dog so much. You broke my heart. Don't you dare. Then there's the poop story. Really? Dogs eating poop? Nice fucking stereotype. It's incredibly harmful. We don't all eat poop. And if we wanted to, we should be able to do it without being poop shamed in front of thousands of humans. It's awesome. And then there's like we stand unproblematic shredder. So great.
Right now, this is gonna sound bad, but I kind of hate making YouTube videos.
Me too. I was there.
It's not like I don't. It's not the video itself. It's the
Talk to me, Slick Willie.
Talk to me, Willie.
I was there. I was you. And I feel like now I have the best relationship I've ever had with YouTube. I'm making videos 4 times a week, which I never thought would be possible. I come here. I love it. We've got a great everything. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. You're going to tell me to end it.
Yes, I need to cut off William Osman early, which is what we got
Again?
canceled for the first time. But we've got to go.
It's a shame. I'm
we
loving.
got to go shoot the spooky haunted mansion.
We're
shit.
running out of time.
We're running out of time.
That's a shame. I'm really enjoying watching his video.
Yeah,
We
he spilled
mentioned
the
it.
fucking bean. Olivia's like, wait,
I thought it was a secret.
Well, yeah, but
not anymore.
I
Secrets
thought-
don't last
whatever.
long around here.
well,
Olivia.
I said I wanted to hype it up.
He wants to hype it up, which
I
is fair.
understand.
That actually does make sense. Can we just